Hi, and this is Mike Garner from MrMikeGarner.com, and this is just a short presentation with another nugget of wisdom to help you overcome the obstacles that stand in the way of your health, happiness and success. As you can see, I'm in my car and I've been shopping tonight. In fact, I went out to get my dinner and then I went to Tesco's, and here I am now sat in my car on the rainy promenade, and it's 9:10 and it's a really nice evening. Yes, it's raining, but it's start of summer or the middle of summer, albeit beginning of July, and it's quite warm, and I'm enjoying my evening because I always expect to have a nice time. And I want to talk just briefly about expectations. You've probably heard it said that you should have a positive attitude, that you should have positive expectations. And if you've not heard me say this before, I'll tell you now that many years ago I heard of a technique that was actually called the James Bond technique, and that intrigued me. It wasn't so much about James Bond, it was about going to see a James Bond film, where in the old days, and possibly even now, you could walk into Cineworld and you could go and possibly by mistake get in early and see the end of the film. In the old days, they used to have an A film and a B film, used to have a mini film before the big film came on. You used to get there and watch the small film and get your ice cream and whatever, and then watch the main feature. And again, if you got there too early, you would see the end of the film that you wanted to see. And you knew that if you went to see a James Bond film, and in my day it was Roger Moore or Sean Connery, and I like James Bond films, I like Daniel Craig as well, all the James Bonds I like, but at the end, you always knew he was going to get away with it. He was the hero and he was going to get the girl and win the day, and it was just a case of seeing how he did it, wasn't it? Now, let's say for instance that you went in to a James Bond film and you saw the end, and then you started again at the beginning of the film. You'd know that if he was captured by the Russians, or if he was being beat up or tortured, or if he was in a situation that was life-threatening, you could relax really, couldn't you? Because you knew that you've seen the end of the film and he got away with it. He actually got off with the girl and won the day. Well, that's a bit of a metaphor. This James Bond metaphor, this James Bond technique, is almost saying that you know that pretty much you're going to be okay. In this country particularly, although there is a lot of things going on in the world where, there's wars and famines and tsunamis and all sorts of things going on, we have got a recent spate of terrorist attacks, but pretty much, thank God, thank goodness, and it's no disrespect to anybody that's been afflicted by this, but most of us are safe. They're rare, thank God, and in relation to a lot of other countries that are suffering from famines and civil wars and drought and all sorts of other things, in Britain we are pretty lucky. And if we become destitute, homeless, if we lose everything, the state, the government will come along, and to some degree they'll look after you. If you become injured, you're going to get taken care of, which isn't true for a lot of countries, a lot of nations in the world. So we're fairly lucky in the UK. We don't have extreme weather, we don't have extreme anything. We can create our own hell, but as long as we're balanced and we take care of ourselves and don't walk into stupid situations blind, then we're going to be okay, and we always will be. We live in a very lucky, civilised society in the UK and in Europe mainly. So we know that we're all going to be okay. And the other thing that we know is that because we've had things in the past in our lives that we thought maybe would kill us, that we'd never survive. We actually have, haven't we? Because we're here, you're watching this video. Things that I thought I'd never get through, I did. Some of the big stuff in my life that really rocked my boat, I now have got a balanced ship that I'm floating through my life in. And so have you. You've had situations that you thought you'd never survive. End of relationships, maybe ends of investments, jobs that have not worked out, relationships have not worked out, situations, houses, holidays, or whatever it is that hasn't worked out. But you're here to tell the tale. And you pretty much will be. So whatever you've got going on for yourself at the moment, you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to be able to survive it. And even if you come out of it financially worse off or emotionally worse off, maybe a bit mentally or physically battered, hopefully not too much, but you're going to be able to tell the tale. You will live to fight another day. You will live to enjoy another day, which is what we're here to do, to enjoy every day. My dad had a beautiful expression, which was make every day a holiday. MEDAH, and he named his house that. In fact, he had two properties, one in Dugavulchi on Old Mill Road and one on Marsden Drive in Ross-on-Sea, and he called them both MEDA, MEDAH, make every day a holiday. And that's a philosophy I live my life by, which is why, like a holiday maker, even though I'm not, I've lived in Old Colwyn for over 30 years. I'm an Old Colwyn prom, doing what holiday makers do, and sitting on the prom, looking at the seagulls, looking at the tide going in and out, and appreciating the beach, which a lot of people drive past. They've seen it every day, and they never notice it. I always say that you should look at everything as if you've never seen it before, through the eyes of a child, and I am very childlike. I'm not childish, I'm childlike, because children are uncontaminated. They're not contaminated by the past, and they have positive expectations of everything. They always think of the good. Cry in 1 minute, give them an ice cream, happy the next. They don't have any grudges. They don't carry any guilt forward. They just live in the moment. And that's what I'm saying to you. Live in the moment, enjoy everything. Look for the best, knowing that you're always going to be okay, using that James Bond concept, that metaphor of things will work out for you. It's very rarely going to kill you. And to be honest with you, if the situation you're in is going to kill you, well, you're going to live another day anyway, because in my belief, we are eternal. Energy can't be destroyed or created, and you're going to reincarnate and come back as a giraffe or something. I'm joking there. You'll come back as something, another level of consciousness, another transformation in your journey of eternal miracles, really. So, knowing that you're going to be okay, the next question is what you're going to do with every day. How are you going to make every day a holiday? Well, again, what I do is I look for the good in everything, and I look for the best in everything. I expect the best. Now, I don't always get it, but if I look for the good, guess what? I'm going to see the good. If I look for the bad and the negative and the not so good, guess what? I'm going to see that as well. Because whatever you look for is what you're going to see. It's called a psychological scotoma. That if you are looking for problems, you'll find them, and even if an opportunity or something wonderful is staring you in the face, you won't see it. People say you can't see the wood for the trees. You're looking for trees and you forget they're made of wood. So look for the good. Even if you go out and 9 things are rubbish and 1 thing is good, dwell on what's good for you. Look at what's in it for you. There's another little metaphor here, which is, it's not a metaphor, it's a little ditty, which is live by this American radio station, which is called WIFM. WIFM, FM being the radio station. But it's what's in it for me. WI, what's in it for me, FM. And always look, in any situation, what's in it for you. Now, you know, a lot of people would say to me tonight, well, look, it's 9:15, I'm tired, and it's raining, so I'm not going out. Well, I'm tired. I've had one hell of a weekend. Whenever you're watching this, if you go to my timeline on Facebook and find this day, which I think today is the 3rd of July, is it? Yes, possibly. Well, on the 1st of July, I went to my good friend's 60th birthday party, and we partied all weekend. It was wonderful. And a lot of people went away from that party really tired, as I did. But, you know, you pick up and get on. You breathe and get your energy back. You take the pleasure, which eases your body because it pleases your body. And then I'm not resting on my laurels. You know, I had a good day on Sunday after the party on Saturday night. I've had a good day today, and I'm having a good evening this evening. I'm not going to stop enjoying myself until they nail me in a box, which is my coffin, and put me through an incinerator and burn my body so that my energy can get out of this body and live another exciting life in my reincarnation. Make every day a holiday and make every life and interlife exciting, which is what I intend to do. So expect the best, look for the good in everything, and always ask the question, what's in it for me? So if I went for a meal and the meal was rubbish, I'd enjoy the conversation. And if the conversation was rubbish, I'd enjoy the meal. And if the meal and the conversation was rubbish, then, you know, I'd enjoy the music, or I'd go and talk to somebody else, or I'd get out of there and I'd go and enjoy something else. I'm not going to moan and complain. I'm just going to look for the good, expect the best, and focus on what's in it for me in every situation. And I don't expect other people to create it for me. I create it myself. I don't hand over my power and my responsibility to other people. I don't blame anybody. I don't explain to anybody. Don't blame, don't complain, don't explain. Look for the best, enjoy everything, and learn from everything. So, you know, if you go to a restaurant and it's rubbish, don't moan about it. Look for a place that's good next time. And it's been learning that you've had that negative experience and that you won't do it again. But how many people do things again and again and again and again and again? It's like that old adage, which is, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Well, that's ridiculous. Don't try again. The way I would interpret that is, if at first you don't succeed, do something different. Because if you try the same thing again, you're going to get the same results again. So always look what's in it for me, expect the best, and be ultimately flexible. To go different places, talk to different people, to have a variety of multiple experiences. You know, how many people play it safe and get the same takeaway when they go to the Chinese, order the same things at the chippy, order the same things when they go to the bar? This weekend, I was trying coffee, espresso, cocktails. Never had one before in my life. Lovely. Now, a lot of people go, oh, I'm not trying that. No, I'll stick to my lager. I'll stick to my Prosecco. I'll stick to this. I'll stick to that. Don't stick to anything. Be flexible. Look for the good in everything and experience everything. I put a post on Facebook today, which is, the only way to know something is through experience. You'll never know anything unless you've experienced it yourself. And through experience, you can get knowledge, transformation, energy, wisdom. So try everything. Don't rely on other people's opinions. When somebody says to you, maybe, you know, oh, I don't like that person, I don't like this place, that's them, that's not you. They aren't people living by the law of Meda. They're not possibly making every day a holiday. They're probably making every day for them a living hell. So that's not you, is it? So don't listen to other people. You are your own best expert. Decide for yourself. Don't hand your power away. Don't prejudge. Be flexible. Try everything. Get experience. And live a wonderful, happy life. So I think I might go for a walk in the rain now. I've got no hat, I've got no coat. But the worst thing that's going to happen is I'm going to get wet. And, you know, if I'm wet and I'm cold or whatever, at least I know I'm alive. And I expect to live forever. And I'm going to make every day a holiday. And I'm going to have a great evening. So have a great evening. Have a great life. If there's anything I've mentioned that you want to challenge me on, ask me about, you know where I am. All the details to get hold of me, Mike Garner, are on the video, on the page that you view in this video. So have a great evening and take care. God bless. Bye for now.